So this creator, Nick Harris, has been arrested in the great state of South Carolina for burglary first and resisting arrest, no assault. Now, he's got a decent following here on TikTok, but all of his videos are basically him just demanding and begging for money. And apparently he also has these lives where he'll invite other creators in and demand money from them and demand money from the people in the comments. But on this one particular night, he was doing a live and he allegedly broke into someone's house, allegedly his grandmother's, and then allegedly stole food from the refrigerator in there. And he was arrested because now they have it on video because you did that on a live and let everybody see that you were breaking the law. Stupidity aside, burglary first in the state of South Carolina carries a mandatory minimum of 15 years. It's also one of the strikes for the three strikes law. So he's looking at some big time trouble. Burglary first, breaking into a dwelling or a building with the intent to commit a crime therein. Stealing the food is the crime that he committed on the inside. What makes it a first instead of a different degree of burglary is that it happened at nighttime. The resisting arrest, it says no assault on there. The reason it says no assault on there is because we have a different, more serious form of resisting arrest called assault on a police officer. And they want to make sure you know that he didn't assault a police officer. He probably just refused to let them get his hands behind his back and all of that stuff. He probably was a little bit just unwilling to be locked up. So those are what he has been charged with. He doesn't have a bond. And the reason he doesn't have a bond yet is because this burglary first is a general sessions bond setting offense, meaning that you can't have it set down in the lower courts with all of the other little charges that basically you get a bond within 24 hours. This one on a burglary first has to be set in general sessions court. So to get over to the general sessions court takes a minute. They're not even hearing pleas this week. Pleas and motions. They only are hearing trials this week. So next week you got pleas and motions on the roster. So he should be able to get over next week to at least have this bond setting. But either way, right now, he couldn't get out if he tried. So if you're wondering where he is, he's still locked up and will stay that way. Now, what comes next for him is there in his initial appearance. Now, I'm assuming because he's constantly begging for money, he's going to have a public defender. And this initial appearance just is basically you going to court to say, I have a lawyer, it's the public defender. And we can normally get you out of that if we let them know that we represent you. So most of the time you don't have to go if you have a lawyer. Then you have the second appearance. That is when they say, here, plea or trial. Clearly, sir, you need to take a plea because you're on video doing whatever it is they say you did. The next appearance, the third appearance, is when you actually do the plea or trial. Don't think that this is actually a fast process. There's a lot of time in between those three dates, and also sometimes you have what's called a second appearance because you just can't decide what's going on. But either way, we'll be on the lookout to see if this guy gets a bond. I'm going to guess that he gets either a very high surety bond or a no bond, because it's a very serious offense and because he seems to be a little traveler. He doesn't have any place to live, so definitely looks like a flight risk to me.